Hello and welcome back to my channel. On this, I don't even know what you call these episodes, videos, me slowly losing my mind, I don't really know. But on this episode of I Don't Really Know, we are going to be talking about Emily McMurphy. The first hint that the Trump administration is starting to accept reluctantly, bitterly, angrily, and childly that they have lost this election and that Joe Biden is the president-elect. So Emily McMurphy is the head of the GSA, General Services Administration. Her job is to, among many things, to sign off on the transition to make sure that Biden gets the money that he needs, that he has access to federal employees that he needs for his briefings. We're talking about coronavirus task force members. We're talking about Homeland Security, the whole shebang. Biden needs to be informed of these things before he takes office because he needs to be able to formulate a plan, especially with vaccines and COVID treatment. He needs to be able to know what security threats he has going in. These are all extremely, extremely important things that the Trump administration and Emily McMurphy herself have been blocking since, Biden won the election. Okay. So today she released a letter saying that she will be allowing the transition team reluctantly. You can hear the reluctance in her letter, reluctantly allowing the Biden administration to start the peaceful transfer of power, which has been a tradition for 100 years in our country. And Trump ignored it. But Emily McMurphy, like I said, released a letter today where she cried victim, where she said that she felt bullied and threatened, but not by Trump. No, Trump didn't help her come to the decision that she had released the funds and the ability to get in contact with Trump's administration, security advisors, the coronavirus task force, all of that. That she did it because of the law and that she was waiting for pending litigation. Anyone who's seen that litigation knows she's full of crap. Anyone who has read any pieces of those litigations knew she was full of crap. She was withholding allowing the Biden administration to transfer because she was helping Trump be a petty little baby. It was her loyalty to Trump. And there are a lot of people that say, well, she was stuck between a rock and a hard place. No, she has a job to do. She is a government servant who takes taxpayer dollars, and it is her job to freaking, just hear me out. It's her job to freaking help the Biden administration transition. Now, Trump, forever being the man-child that he is, and we talked about this in an earlier video, has to be the center of attention, comes out with a tweet shortly after Miss Murphy decides that she's actually going to, do her job. And he's like, it was my idea. I'm not happy and we're still going to fight, but this is what has to be done. It wasn't her idea, it was mine. I'm being the bigger man here. This is the closest to a concession we're probably ever going to see from Trump, because he's never going to concede. But the fact that he's allowing the Biden administration to transition is a good thing. Did he hold it off by 2 weeks? Potentially not keeping Biden up to date on potential security threats, coronavirus vaccines, potentially killing Americans? Abso-freaking-lutely. Does Donald Trump and Elizabeth Murphy care? Absolutely freaking not. If she would have done her job and Donald Trump would have conceded. Neither one of them cared. But it is the first major step in getting the Biden administration inaugurated on January 20th. So even though it took us 2 weeks, even though I cannot stand her freaking evil face, she finally did her job. Biden can now finally use the $7 million that he is entitled to as the president-elect to rent offices, to vet. He can now vet his cabinet staff members, and he can now receive very, very important security briefings. So that is good. She still didn't do her job. She still screwed us. So don't forget that for a second. And don't ever forget that she is the first person in her position to ever not allow the peaceful transfer of power. And that is what she'll go down in history as. Emily Murphy, you suck. All right, guys, I will see y'all later.